Well, actually, the pregame show for the tournament's about to start. Yeah.
We're having so much fun already.
Trust me.
Everything fell apart. We fixed it. Welcome to Liberty, Missouri, or Liberty High School in Liberty, Missouri, for the first game in tonight's Liberty North Invitational basketball tournament, where the St. Joe Central Indians will be taking on the Raytown Blue Jays. Good evening and welcome. My name is Trevor Larrett, joined aside my partner Zach Klug, and we're going to bring you all of tonight's action live on North Nation Sports.
Yeah, that's right, Trevor. We got a great matchup coming up for you in a little bit, but first, let's take a look at all the games that will be taking place this evening. For the first matchup, we have the 1-1 St. Joe Central Indians taking on the 2-0 Raytown Blue Jays. This will be a solid matchup, and we're going to touch on that in a little bit.
For sure. These two teams, the first two teams that are going to play after this are going to be the two teams that haven't played at one yet. So this will be an interesting game between the Kearney Bulldogs taking on the Shawnee Mission South Raiders. Last year, the Kearney Bulldogs went 25-4. Going to the district championship, winning the sectionals, but falling short in the quarterfinals by 3 at Lincoln Prep. If we look at the tournament, we're going to see that Lincoln Prep is actually going to be the game after them. So depending on who wins these two games, they could meet up in the next game.
That'd be a very interesting rematch.
Definitely, especially both these teams being very young. Kearney having 11 sophomores on each team, it's going to be a wild one to see.
Yeah, then we have the 2-1 Lincoln Prep Tigers taking on the 3-0 Park Hill Trojans. This will be the battle of the coaches where 30-year veteran Jeff Atkins is facing off against 10-year veteran Aaron Neeser. This will be a fun one to watch. What do you think about that, Trevor?
I can't wait. That coach-to-coach conflict's always a great story, and I'm always one to go with experience. Then after that, the last game of tonight, we'll have the 1-0 Eagles taking on the 3-0 St. Pius Warriors, a team of youth and experience where Liberty North has 3 juniors and 2 seniors starting, while the Warriors only have 2 sophomores, 2 juniors, and a senior kicking it off. This will be an interesting one because both of the coaches are very young. With Coach Rockers, this is his first year coaching women's basketball, and then this will be the 3rd year for Krista Daniels, the St. Pius coach. So, a little bit of lack of experience from these teams, but I'm sure it'll be a great match to see later tonight, so stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And now for the game at hand. Last year, the Raytown Blue Jays did not perform well in the Liberty North Invitational because when we were talking to our coach, they said last year was a rebuilding year. So they had a large learning curve, but I'm sure with a lot of the underclassmen returning, as some upperclassmen, they have a lot more experience, and I'm interested to see how they perform. They got a year of varsity basketball under their belt. I'm really looking forward. I really want to see how some of the bench players step up, like Jamea Brown. We already mentioned Stevie Yancey, and she's going to be one of the players to watch for tonight's game, and it should be really interesting.
For sure. During our press conference today with Gabby Burns, Emma Perry, and then Jamie Jackson, they talked about all these underclassmen coming up, playing the big ball at the varsity level. So it will be a good one to see how these teams shift with the new classes coming up. For St. Joe Central, we're looking at Sydney Sample. She's our player to watch. I think she's really going to take care of business tonight. And the question is, who do you think is going to win tonight's game?
I got to say St. Joe Central because Sydney Sample, she's really good returning. Her coach said she was one of the players to watch. Throughout the whole tournament, I think she's just going to be really successful and really a key player for the St. Joe Central team. I think she's going to.
And now the starters for the St. Joe Central.
For sure, I agree. Plus, with the experience side, 11 years from the St. Joe Central coach, but 3 years compared to Alicia Dunn. This has been your pregame show. This has been your North Nation pregame show. Make sure to tune back during halftime to get a halftime report. Thank you for joining us. And now to the floor with Ian and Caleb.
Thanks, Trevor and Zach. Welcome to Liberty North High School in Liberty, Missouri for the first game of the LN Invitational basketball tournament where the 2-0 Raytown Blue Jays and the 1-1 St. Joe Central Indians go to battle. Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Ian Grove, joined alongside my partner Caleb Moore, and we're going to bring you all of the game action live here on North Nation Sports.
That's right, Ian. We have a great matchup for you for the first game of the tournament this afternoon. This is an interesting matchup between 2 disappointing teams last year, really trying to start the 2019-2020 season off with a bang in this tournament. Now let's head to tip-off.
All right, and for tip-off, we have number... Oh, never mind, sorry.
And number 4 goes in. Sydney Sample for the layup, misses off the backboard. And offensive rebound by St. Joe Central is actually recovered by Raytown.
Raytown gets the ball, headed their own direction.
Number 23, great
Number 23,
Yancey
Stevie
for
Yancey.
Raytown. And to the post, handoff.
And out of bounds.
St. Joe Central
St. Joe
ball still.
Central. I think that ball will go to St. Joe Central. No, Blue Jays get to keep it.
And it's thrown
Throwing it
into number
deep,
23, Stevie Yancey. And it's stolen.
Oh, it's stolen.
23.
The Indians take a shot, and it's
hey,
good.
That's a three-pointer by number 23, Gracie Moody.
And she was one of the players to watch. Really incredible player.
So if she stays on fire, this game's really going to go St. Joe Central's way.
Oh, yeah.
Now
Raytown's got the ball
Victoria
back.
Jones passes off to the wing.
Number
Mid-range
22.
jumper.
And the Indians are back with the ball, number 12 to 24.
And to the post,
Misses the layup.
Raytown Blue
got the
Jays
ball.
bringing it back up, pushing the court.
Number 4, Victoria Jones with the ball right now. Gonna have to watch that shot
Guarded by
clock.
23, Gracie Moody.
Over to 44.
A missed shot, and
Kalani
St. Joe
Hoskins.
Central rebounds.
And the Indians get the ball right back in the
Emma
hands-
Verdraska pushes the ball up court,
in the hands of number 10, Ella Moody.
and she is fouled.
All right. Watch her take these
At the free throw line, we have number 10, Ella Moody.
Moody takes the first shot, and it is good. One more point for the Indians. The Moody sisters are really something to watch in this game, as they are amazing.
And it's recovered by St. Joe Central
Ball.
again, and the ball is
And
loose.
right out of bounds. So let's look at the starting lineups real quick. Raytown's 5 starters are number 4, Victoria Jones, number 13, Tamia Trotter, number 22, Micah Landry, number 23, Stevie Lancey, number 24, Kalani Hoskin. Raytown's players to watch are number 23, Stevie Yancey, who was the leading scorer for the team last year. She made the all-tournament team last year in this tournament. And another player to watch is Kalani Hoskin, who started the season off with 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks when they played center.
And it looks like Raytown's getting pressed by St. Joe Central already.
St. Joe Central is looking to pull a quick
Ball
ahead
goes to
to
the
a lead.
post, out of bounds. And now, since we have a quick break, let's look at St. Joe Central's starting lineup. We have number 4, Sydney Sample, number 10, Ella Moody, number 12, Emma Verdraska, number 23, Gracie Moody, and number 24, Laura Iman. St. Joe Central's player to watch are Sydney Sample, Emma Verdraska, and Ella Moody.
And St. Joe
Ball's inbounded.
Central with the ball. The rebound is good. That was
24,
number 10.
Laura Iman makes the bucket right under the basket. Raytown's pushing the ball back up court.
Good layup from the center. Always good to see. Part of the team.
Ball's out to the wing. To number
Raytown
22.
has the ball. They're still trying to put up their first points. And it's
deflected by
deflected.
St. Joe.
tries to push. Number 23, Gracie. Nope. Stevie Yancey with the ball.
And a foul by St. Joe
And-
Central. Looks like number 24, Laura Iman, on the foul right there. Looks like reaching.
So Raytown will head to the line. Nope. They won't.
Going to be an inbounds. Right in to number 4, Victoria Jones. Out to the wing. To the corner. Looking to go into the post.
Inside.
And she turns around for the
And
floater
it's
and misses.
miss.
Offensive
They
rebound.
miss, and the Indians get the ball right back, looking to score again. And out of bounds.
Deflection off Raytown, so it's St. Joe Central's ball still. Looks like number 10, Ella Moody will be
Ella
throwing the
Moody.
ball.
Both Gracie and Ella are sisters playing on this team together.
It's always pretty impressive and fun to watch. Two
Right
sisters,
now it's in the
two
hands of
siblings in the
number
same team.
12, Emma Vajaski. Looking to find somebody here.
It's closely guarded out there on the perimeter.
And
it's
out of bounds.
knocked out of bounds by number 23, Stephen Yancey of the Blue Jays. St. Joe Central ball.
St. Joe Central will toss it back in.
Number 12, Emma Verdraska is throwing the ball for the Indians.
And I believe the score right now is 6-0 in favor of St. Joe Central.
And a bucket by St. Joe Central.
And that was one of the Moody sisters yet again, as they are players to watch in this game.
And the press by St. Joe Central is a little too much for Raytown, but they looks like they got a little too greedy and fouled. So it is the second foul for St. Joe Central in this opening quarter.
And there was a little substitution there.
Just a quick fact, Raytown has a 4-2 record against St. Joe Central since 2008, so these teams have played before. They're certainly not new to each other.
Vi Brown substitutes herself in. Number 44 to 23
Takes
shoots
the outside shot
and misses.
And they recover the offensive rebound,
recovered the rebound.
And
Looking
it's-
to, and it's
scores.
stolen by number
12.
12.
And Vodraska, she pushes the court. And she looks to pass
Can't
back
quite make it happen.
to the wing, out to number 11, to the corner, and she misses the shot. but
Bounces
another
right off the rim.
Offensive rebound, another miss. And Raytown recovers a defensive rebound and is pushing the court now. They have a 3-on-4, so
Number
not in
4,
numbers.
Sydney Sample, or
And it's
Victoria
a foul.
Jones has
It's going to
it.
be 2 free throws.
Foul call on Central's number 24, Lauren Hyman. Her first, team's third. At the line for Raytown, number 4, Victoria Jones.
And the first point of the game for Raytown is a free throw by number
22, Micah.
number 4,
4.
Victoria Jones.
And those are their first points of the game, which they needed them bad. Getting down 8-0 isn't good.
And the second free throw is made. 2 for 2 on free throws is always a good thing.
That
Free
will
shots.
make it 8-2 in favor of St. Joe Central. St. Joe Central still with a comfortable enough lead.
Number 12 passes out to the wing to Gracie Moody, and it's out of bounds on Raytown, so St. Joe Central ball.
And as you can see, the Moody sisters end up with the ball quite a lot. They are go-to scorers on this team.
A pass into the post is stolen by Raytown.
Raytown looking to put up some more points.
They got numbers. Number 4, Victoria Jones passes to the corner. She drives in, passes, and it is
And it looks
Looks
like
like a
Raytown
scrum for the
manages to
ball.
hold on to the ball.
A
but I
jump
think
ball.
there's a
It is
jump
Raytown's ball, yes, because they have the possession arrow. So it's going to be inbounded by the Blue Jays out to the wing. Passed up top to number 23, Stevie Yancey. To the side, a three-pointer. Good shot by the Raytown Blue Jays to make it 8-5.
And I believe that was number 23,
Stevie Yancey. Out to the wing to number 23 into the post to Lauren Iman. The miss, recovered by Raytown. They're pushing the court.
Gets the ball.
A fast break, she goes in. And she goes back out to the three-point line to regroup, set up the play. Number 23, Stevie Yancey has the ball right now, looking
Yancey
to
is
set up the
a
offense.
key player in this game. The offense practically
Another
runs
three
through her.
is a missed shot, but a foul by St. Joe Central. Number
Foul on number
11? No?
Number 11, I believe, is a substitution from the starting roster. Lauren Wells. As the Blue Jays throw it back in,
It's number
number 13 takes a
Is a
shot.
missed shot?
That is Tamia Trotter.
missed shot. It's going to be St. Joe Central ball.
And the Indians look to extend their lead. They are only up by 3 now. Raytown has tried to mount a comeback.
Ball's out to the wing. Number 12 throws into the post. Number 23 is in the corner with the ball.
Right back.
Number 12, Emma Vodraska gets the ball again.
12 to 23. That's a connection you love to see. Two sisters throwing
And
it to
number
each
5
other.
makes the jumper, mid-range jumper. Number 5, Lauren Wells, or Natalie Keller.
And as we mentioned before, these are two teams that really struggled last year, and they're trying to turn things around this year.
A fast break by number
And
5, Natalie.
It looks like the Indians
Keller
are giving
misses
it their
the layup.
best shot. These two teams both had pretty disappointing seasons last year, and they're looking to start their seasons off even stronger in this tournament. And Raytown's already off to a 2-0 start, which looks promising. And that's good.
Number 1 at the line for St. Joe Central.
Taking her second free throw of the game.
And
And she's 2 for 2. Raytown with the ball back, down 12-5.
looking to go into the post, but doesn't. It's well
Back
guarded
to
in the post.
23, Stevie Yancey. As I said before, the offense practically runs through her. You won't see a possession where she doesn't get the ball.
A missed shot in the post gets rebounded by St. Joe Central. Number 22, Bree Dudley looking. Oh, and she gets the ball stolen from her. Oh, and they push into a layup by Raytown.
Incredible play there by number 44, Kalani Hoskin.
That was some good full court pressure there by the Blue Jays. They need points badly, and that's a good way to get them.
Center making a big play there. Over to number 1, out of bounds. I believe she knocked that out herself.
And for Raytown, number 4, Victoria Jones. And then for the Indians, number 30, Adrian Barber.
All right. Back in bounce, number 5. 5 to 22 inside and right back out of bounds. Out of bounds on the Indians, I believe. And number 10 will throw it back in. That is number 10, Ella Moody. Off to number 5, misses the layup. And that's a foul on the Indians. Raytown with the ball. It's number 4, Victoria Jones. Slowly moving her way down the court. Victoria Jones with the ball again at the three-point line.
Goes into the post, and it's stolen by St. Joe Central.
St. Joe Central.
And there's a blocking foul by number 4, Victoria Jones of Raytown. St. Joe Central is really looking forward to pushing the ball in that possession to get some quick, easy points while Raytown was hanging back after that steal.
And they need quick and easy points being down 5. It is early, but you never want to start down. Number 30 back to number 22. Number 4 gets the ball right back. That's Victoria Jones. She's been doing her best to make plays lately, but she misses the shot there.
Out of bounds on St. Joe Central, so it's looking like it's going to be Raytown's ball under the basket.
Watch Victoria Jones. She's been trying to make plays so far in this tournament.
And Raytown looks like it's substituting.
And for Raytown, number 24, Alani Henry. And number 23, Stevie.
Stevie Yancey is headed back in the game for Raytown. As we said, she's a big playmaker.
The
And
ball's
she
inbounded
gets
to
the
her
ball.
right there.
She gets the ball right away. Like I said, when she's in, you won't see an offensive possession without her.
Into the post, and she turns around for the quick little floater, but misses. And St. Joe Central gets the
St. Joe
rebound. Looking to push the ball really quickly. That's number 1, Tegan Broden. Out to the middle.
And there was a missed shot there. But
That was on Raytown's number 44.
Make sure to stick around for our 3 remaining games tonight. And our next game coming up is Shawnee Mission South and Kearney. Coming up next at 5:30 after this game is over. Another made free throw by St. Joe Central, and Raytown's pushing the court quickly. A nice layup is
they're
missed by
looking for
Raytown.
quick and easy points, but they just can't get them.
Number 1, Tegan Broden goes in for a layup and is blocked from behind. And
It's
again
blocked
blocked.
again.
2 blocks in a row for Raytown.
That's number 24, who is a substitution. Very interesting.
Number 24, Amani Henry, looks like she blocked those 2 shots in a row. A timeout by
Substitution
St. Joe
coming.
Central, 30-second timeout.
While
for
they're
this-
on a timeout here, I want to mention to tune into the halftime show. We'll be right back in the studio recapping everything that's happened so far and everything to come.
So these are two disappointing teams trying to turn things around for this year. Last year, St. Joe Central went 14-12, and Raytown went 7-14-1. So not necessarily terrible, but just trying to turn things around in year 2 for these coaches.
And despite the fact that Raytown has the better record right now, they are down 13-7.
It is early in the season, so anything can happen. This is the non-conference portion of the schedule and tournaments, and it's blocked again right before this buzzer. Number 22, Micah Landry, blocks the shot at the buzzer.
Raytown truly is blocking a lot of shots so far in this game. And St. Joe Central has a good history in this tournament as they finished 3rd place in this last year.
St. Joe Central also finished 4th place in the Suburban Red Conference last year. They finished 85th overall in Missouri and 23rd in Class 5 last year.
I think my prediction early is that St. Joe Central is going to continue to pull ahead here. I just don't think Raytown has been doing well. They've been trying to... I just don't think that Raytown can continue to score as they're trying to rush the ball down the court. They need to take their time and get back into this game slowly. I think St. Joe Central can maintain their lead, and I think they'll come out of this with a win.
Raytown's defense was better late of the first quarter, but I also agree with Ian. I think St. Joe Central is going to keep up this pace and eventually come out with the W against the Raytown Blue Jays.
I think the Blue Jays' biggest issue, like I said, is they're trying to rush down the court, and they're trying to, it's like shooting for a Hail Mary in football. You're trying to get it all back at once. Sometimes you need to take it slow.
One possession at a time?
Yeah.
And it looks like St. Joe Central will be inbounding to start the second quarter. Number 10, Ella Moody, into number 12, Anna Radraska. Number 4, Cindy Sample has the ball out on the perimeter, looks to push it into the post. It's actually stolen. And it's up to number 13, Tamia Trotter.
Pass is a little wild. Oh, and that pass was wild too.
Backcourt violation by Raytown. That wild pass took a turn for the worse. Went back over the half line. Now it's St. Joe Central's ball again.
And that comes back to Raytown just trying to rush it. They were trying to move too fast there. They just got to take their time.
Number 4, Sydney Sample has the ball on the perimeter. Passes to number 10, Ella Moody. She goes into the post to Laura Iman. And it is a jump ball. And it is Raytown's ball. Raytown is doing good on the defensive end, just needs to step up a bit on the offensive end. They're certainly slowing down the Indians enough. They just cannot convert points down on the offensive end.
I think that if Raytown is going to make a comeback, it needs to start with the ball in the hands of Stevie Yancey, who has been an amazing player.
A deep 3 is barely missed, rebounded by number 24, Laura Iman of the Indians. Passed up to number 10, Ella Moody. Is out to the wing, Cindy Sample passes it back to Laura Iman. Is out to the corner for a corner 3, and it is missed. Raytown looking to push the ball. Number 4 passes it.
Raytown running down the court. Back to Yancey.
Number 4, Victoria Jones shoots a 3-pointer, is missed. Rebounded by St. Joe Central. Number 10, Ella Moody's driving into the lane and is stripped of the ball, but it is still the Indians' ball, and they will inbound.
They will inbound. And I tell you, the Moody sisters are really the key to St. Joe Central keeping this lead, as they are both very good scorers. Wouldn't surprise me if they led the team in scoring 1 and 2. 24 back to 10. There's Ella Moody.
And a 3-pointer is missed by St. Joe Central.
And it looks like the...
Checking in for St. Joe Central, number 11, Lauren Wells. Checking in for Raytown, number 44, Kehlani Oscar.
And right now, back to number 4, 4 to 11. .24, the center, shooting a 3, no good.
Rebounded by Raytown. passes it out to number 23, Stevie Yancey.
That was Gracie Moody missing the 3 there. I think if the Indians want to maintain this lead, the Moody sisters need to make good choices. They can't miss shots that are wide open. Number 12 with the ball right now. That is Emma Verjaskin.
She's looking to set up the offense, maybe try and throw into post for an easy bucket. Pass it out to the wing to number 11. Back to her into the post to Laura Iman. Looking to the corner for a 3-pointer, and it is off the mark, but rebounded by Sydney Sample, and is a jump ball, and that is St. Joe Central's ball.
Gracie Moody misses 2 threes on 2 possessions. Not great for the St. Joe Central Indians, especially considering that Raytown is creeping back into this game, only down 4.
And a little turnaround jumper is missed by St. Joe Central, and it's going to be Raytown's ball. Raytown, like Ian mentioned, is only down by 4, creeping back into this game, thankfully to a good defense. Now just looking to capitalize on the offensive end of it.
And they've really crept back in this game, taking their time, slowing it down a little bit, which I think was exactly what they needed to do, because they've played fantastic defense. They just need to play consistent offense. And that's Victoria Jones dribbling down the court. Looking to...
And Raytown has actually not led once in this game so far. St. Joe Central has been in control this whole game.
They're trying to change that, but they have inconsistent shooting on both sides.
And number 1, Tegan Broden, gets the rebound, is pushing up the court, passes it. Oh, and a good move there by number 11, Lauren Wells. Back to number 22, Bree Dudley, and a 3-pointer, and is swished by number 30, Avery Barber.
That's an incredible
Her first 3 points of the game by a nice shot off the wing.
And that extends St. Joe Central's lead to 7, which is a little, oh, and it's stolen by number 22.
Up to number 30, Avery Barber again makes the easy layup to extend the lead to 9.
And we're gonna see a replay of that.
It's good passing there.
What a play there.
By St. Joe Central to get the easy bucket. Raytown gets the, St. Joe Central gets the ball back again.
Central
looking
has
to
it
push
right
the ball.
back.
Number 11.
If they can extend this lead even further, they might doom Raytown. Oh, and she goes down.
A blocking foul by Raytown. Number 2. Jemiah Brown with the blocking foul. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left in the second quarter. Raytown looks to start their offense going before halftime.
And remember to tune in at halftime for our studio halftime show, where we will recap everything that has happened so far.
Ball's pitched back out to number 22, Michael Landry. And it is fouled by Raytown with the basket. Number 5, Natalie Keller, is fouled.
So far, it's looking like the halftime show will just be a whole lot of St. Joe Central, as they have jumped to a 9-point lead, looking to extend that from the free throw line. And it's good.
The second free throw by Natalie Keller. She has 3 points on the night. And she misses the second free throw, rebounded by St. Joe Central. Number 1 rebound,
and
but misses
Raytown
the
gets their
putback.
hands on it. Out of bounds.
Number 1, Tegan Broden, actually had her hands on the ball, but lost it and it rolled out of bounds for Raytown throw. A timeout by Raytown to get things going offensively, get a little scheme going. So Raytown finished 7-14-1 last year. They finished 5th place in the Suburban White Conference. And Raytown has already played a game. They won their first game against Center High School. They won 69-34. And their player of the game in that game was Kailani Hoskin. Had 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks in the first game of the season against Center.
And Kalani Hoskin really needs to step it up in this game here if Raytown wants to turn things around. She was one of the players to watch, but she's been relatively quiet tonight, not being able to put much together.
She only has 2 points, accompanied with 2 fouls already, so in a little bit of foul trouble before halftime. The ball is thrown in to number 23. They're pushing up the court. Into the post is stolen by number 1. St. Joe Central, number 22.
And there's a foul on the play, I believe. Raytown needs to put up points here with the ball in Yancey's hands. She passes it away. Oh, right back to her. They need to put up points here. They are down 10. Being down double digits is the last thing you want to see, especially in the first half. They need to put up points here to cut down this deficit. And they missed 2 shots back to back. That does not help their cause.
St. Joe Central gets the rebound, but it's actually stolen again by the press of Raytown.
And
it's a jump ball. St. Joe Central gets the jump ball off the possession arrow.
Raytown has played incredible defense, lots of blocks so far in this game. They just need to get their offense functional. They've been missing shots left and right. Haven't been able to get anything.
They steal another ball. Raytown's pushing the court. And number 4 goes in for the layup and is fouled by St. Joe Central.
Steals and blocks have been fantastic, but once they get the ball in their hands, they just can't put it in the net. That's been their biggest woe in this game so far, still down 10. They are at the free throw line right now. Victoria Jones shooting to look to cut down this lead. Shoots. No good. She'll take her second shot from the line right here, Victoria Jones. And she's missed 2 free throws. You have to capitalize on those. Those are free points.
Yeah, number 10 pushing the ball for St. Joe Central. Passed out to number 1. Out to the wing to number 22, who shoots a 3. Which is just off the mark.
Player
and it looks
down
like there's
on
a player
the court.
down
I believe
for
that
Raytown.
is Stevie Yancey holding her knee. Not a good sign.
Do not.
Never a good sight to see, especially with a player as good as Yancey.
And we actually have 3 more games this evening coming to you live on our YouTube. We have our next game, the 5 o'clock game. We have 5:30, my bad. We have the Kearney Bulldogs versus the Shawnee Mission South Raiders. At 7, we have Lincoln Prep versus the Park Hill Trojans. And then at 8:30, you have the Liberty North Eagles versus the St. Pius X Warriors. A matchup I'm really looking forward to is the next game against Kearney and Shawnee Mission South, 2 solid teams. Kearney actually last year was 25-3, I believe.
Kearney made it all the way to the state championships, but they lost to Lincoln Prep, who is also playing in this championship. And they have a pretty good chance to match up against each other again, and that would be a fantastic rematch to watch.
It'll be very interesting to see, because if Kearney, like Ian said, if Kearney wins their next game.
If Kearney wins and Lincoln Prep wins, they would play each other.
Actually, no. Correction. Kearney, the winner of the Kearney-Shawnee Mission South game would play the winner of this game, Central and Raytown. The winner of the Lincoln Prep game will either play Liberty North or St. Pius in the second round. So the earliest those 2 teams could meet up would be either for the first place game or the third place game.
Still would be incredible to watch them meet up. I personally hope to see that. That would be an incredible matchup. Stevie Yancey is back on her feet. As she walks, Stevie Yancey walks off the court with assistance, which is a good sign to see her walking, but you never want to see a player of her caliber go down, especially this early in the season.
That is not a good sign because Stevie Yancey is basically, like Ian stated multiple times before, a ball never goes without touching her hands in a possession. She almost always scores or at least assists Raytown's points. So without her, that could damage Raytown's hopes for winning this game. And St. Joe Central's inbounding the ball to number 1. Looking to score some more points before halftime with 2 minutes left.
10 drives in, takes a shot. Oh, bounces out.
And it's Raytown balls looking to inbound, get some points to cut this 10-point lead down before halftime to give them momentum going into the second half.
I think if Raytown can get the momentum heading into the second half, they might be able to turn things around here. But that was not what
an ill-advised pass, and it is a made layup for number 23.
St. Joe Central. And that's the difference between these two teams. St. Joe Central has been able to capitalize on turnovers and put up points. Raytown just hasn't been able to. They produce turnovers, but once they get the ball in their hands, they just can't make anything happen. And once again, that was one of the Moody sisters. Very incredible players on this team. I think it's always a great thing on offense when you can have two players that have that kind of a special chemistry. Because obviously a team has chemistry, but when two players have been together their entire lives, I think that's a chemistry you can't quite replicate.
I agree with you. Two siblings can play awfully close together and will really help their team. It looks like Raytown will be inbounding under the basket. It looks like they'll be pressed by the Indians. This is a tough spot for the Blue Jays because they haven't been able to capitalize points and been very ill-advised with turnovers. So being pressed, speaking of ill-advised passes, they throw one on the very first pass,
and
but luckily it's deflected.
Raytown's passes have seemed to be off all night. They've gotten penalties off of them. They've thrown them wild. They just can't. They haven't really been playing great, efficient basketball here.
And it's passed out to the wing.
St. Joe Central has a 12-point lead.
And is a backcourt violation by Raytown. St. Joe Central ball.
When you think about it, 12 points isn't that much to overcome, but right now to Raytown, it has to look insurmountable as they haven't put up any points in the past 2 minutes.
I agree, and now St. Joe Central looks like it's bringing its whole starting lineup back into the game, which is not good for Raytown, who did not capitalize against their bench players. It's going to be inbounded by number 10, Ella Moody, into Emma Verdraska.
And obviously, when a team has their entire starting lineup in, they're looking to capitalize and make points. Let's see if St. Joe can do that here.
Number 23, Gracie Moody, looks to get into the paint. Nobody's open. They're covered very closely. Back out to Sydney Sample.
Sample with the ball.
Is looking to drive, and she drives, but gets the ball stripped. But St. Joe Central somehow comes out of it still. And they're dribbling back up to the top of the key with less than a minute remaining, counting down 50 seconds.
And then
and a made layup by number 4, Sydney Sample, to grow the lead to 14.
St. Joe Central is really pulling ahead here. Raytown needs points.
And they were actually fouled on a jumper, getting 2 free throws. They really need to capitalize on these free throws. These free throws are huge for the Blue Jays to get back into the game. If they make them, they can cut the lead to 12 and hopefully get maybe one more bucket before halftime to get at least a little momentum going into halftime.
Micah Landry shooting these free throws, and that is good.
She makes her first free throw, which is good because they really need to capitalize on these.
You need to cut the deficit here. You need to make both of these free throws in an ideal world. And she goes 1 for 1, but
1 for 2, and
Or
St.
1
Joe
for 2.
Central rebounds. Number 10, Ella Moody, is pushing the ball down the court with 25 seconds remaining, hoping to get one last bucket before halftime. She's dribbling around the key, passes to number 10, Ella Moody. She's looking to get into the paint, maybe number 24, Laura Iman, but is shut down. There's 15 seconds left in the game. They're
15
looking
seconds,
and it's stolen by
it's
Raytown.
stolen by
Pick up.
Raytown.
There's only 10 seconds left of the game.
there's that incredible defense. Now let's see.
And it's
Oh,
stolen
and
again by
it's
St. Joe
stolen
Central.
back.
Number 10, Ella Moody, with 5 seconds left. And it's blocked from behind by Raytown. A great block to prevent the Indians from getting another bucket right before halftime with only 3 seconds left.
And there's the incredible Raytown defense. That has been one of their biggest strengths in this game. They just
Looking to
can't
throw the ball in
capitalize.
with 3 seconds left. Pass out to the perimeter, number 24. And a bucket, one last bucket
Needs
with
to
1
take a
second
shot.
left. And it's missed, barely missed, out wide by the Indians. The score is 23-10 before halftime. Make sure to tune into our halftime show with Trevor and Zach.
Trevor and Zach.
Or absolute good plays like that, then nothing really is going to come out of it.
Yeah, you know, St. Joe got to a really strong start, and for a while there, it looked like Raytown was fighting back. You know, CV Yancey came up and scored a couple of points. You know, she drained the 3 and then had the layup, and I felt like that really was going to motivate this Raytown team. But that St. Joe offense is just so powerful. You know, they've been going up. They really started to pull away towards the end of that second half. The second quarter, and it was really, really impressive of them. Also, you know, Raytown needs to just limit their turnovers. That's something I kind of noticed. You know, even with like a couple seconds left there, you know, that last possession of Raytown, you know, they let up the score and then ended up, you know, fouling her, sending her into the line to get 2. So let's go ahead and send it to some of our sponsors. Sorry, it seems to be we're having some technical difficulties right now.
But going back into the game, we've been seeing some interesting stuff. A lot of block shots, a lot of missed shots actually from St. Joe Central. But Raytown's had a lot of good blocks, and I feel like with all these opportunities they've had, if we can look at all the opportunities they've had, then if they would actually take these opportunities and do something with it, then they could have actually had a much better chance at coming.
Our replays from the game. Operator taking some shots. And now we got the replays rolling. Let's take a look at some of them. Teleprompter.
Joe Central with the ball.
And it looks like it's deflected out of bounds by Raytown.
Raytown really, I mean, they need to make something happen here.
They're down by 11, 7 minutes remain in the third quarter. St. Joe Central's looking at throwing the ball. And it's a 5-second penalty
And
by
I believe
the
that
Indians.
ball will go right back to Raytown.
Blue Jays really looking to start capitalizing on the offensive end. They really need points badly here. Number 4, Victoria Jones, pass to the corner, into the post. It's back up to Victoria Jones, pass to the corner, back to Jones. Pass to Tamia Trotter, looking to go inside. A corner 3 is missed, barely missed, but a rebounded, offensive rebound for Raytown. A promising sign, and a deflection by number 23, Gracie Moody. Raytown ball once again.
Raytown needs to capitalize on offense here. They just haven't been able to. Being down double digits is not a good thing, and that's going to get harder and harder to overcome as each second ticks off that
And
clock.
it's blocked by St. Joe Central, but Raytown gets the ball and puts up easy 2 points.
Kalani Hoskin with 2 points there.
Raytown actually cut the lead to single digits there. A promising sign, scoring 4 straight points. Back to number 23, Gracie Moody. Dribbles into the paint, looking for a layup, is denied, out to number 24. Out to Sydney Sample, who shoots a 3 and swishes it. Sydney Sample
Great
with
shot.
5 points on the night, her 5th point.
Great shot there by Sample.
Sydney Sample is the leading scorer of the game so far with 5 points. Everybody evenly pitching in points.
And St. Joe Central, it's been a great team effort to watch. Not one person's necessarily pulled ahead in scoring, but the whole team has contributed, and they're up 12. I would say it's working.
I would too, Ian, and the ball is deflected by St. Joe Central. It's Raytown ball. A quick timeout by St. Joe Central, though, to maybe regroup things. St. Joe Central really is doing good on the offensive end, just struggling a little more on the defensive end. Start off in the second half. Shut things down on the defensive end to keep Raytown out of this game. The lead is back up to double digits to 12. And St. Joe Central is starting to heat up once more like they did in the second quarter.
And if you let St. Joe Central heat up again, they will just pull ahead. Raytown's already looking at a nearly insurmountable lead by St. Joe Central. That's right, insurmountable. I have a big vocabulary.
St. Joe Central actually was not a deflection off St. Joe Central. Went out of bounds on Raytown, so St. Joe Central has the ball.
St. Joe Central is at the line here.
Looks like number 4, Victoria Jones, fouled number 10, Ella Moody. Ella Moody's at the free throw line.
And if they want to maintain this lead, these are free points. Theirs for the taking, and it would extend their lead by up
Looks
to
like
2
the
more.
ref was discussing something with the Raytown coach. Maybe the Raytown coach was unclear on the foul.
Maybe he's telling the Raytown coach they're fouling a lot. And she hits the free throw.
To move the lead up to 15, St. Joe Central is heating up on the offensive end again, just like they did in the first half. Raytown out to the wing, back up to number 4, Victoria Jones. Dribbling around, closely guarded.
And the 3 is missed, bounces off the rim.
Is once again rebounded by Raytown.
And with Stevie Yancey being out of this game, Raytown's offense is really struggling because that was their go-to scoring option.
And is fouled. Number 13, Tamia Trotter, is going to the line for 2 free throws. She got fouled on the way up on her shot.
And they need to capitalize on these free throws. I've said it once and I'll say it again, but you need to capitalize on free points when they're presented to you.
St. Joe Central key player of the game was Sydney Sample, number 4, and she already has 3 fouls on the game. early in the third quarter. That is not a good sign, because just like number 23, Stevie Yancey on Raytown, she runs the Raytown's offense. Number 4, Cindy Sample, also runs St. Joe Central offense. So being in foul trouble this early is not a good sign, and she heads to the bench.
Yeah, it's never good to see one of your leading offensive scorers having foul trouble, but here we are. St. Joe Central with the ball here. Number 10, Ella Moody.
Driving to the lane, pitches it out to the corner for a 3, and it is
swished.
That was a great shot by number 11, Lauren Wells.
And St. Joe Central has been incredible from 3 tonight.
That was Ella Moody's first, not Ella Moody, Lauren Wells' first points of the game. Raytown pushing the ball.
Moody had the assist on that play.
And it's fouled by number 24, Lauren Iman, and that is going to be her 3rd foul, I believe.
I think both teams have been a little bit foul heavy tonight.
She's actually fouled by number 10, Ella Moody, not number 24, Lauren Iman. But Ella Moody has 2 fouls on the night.
Raytown back at the line, just can't hit the free throws. And 0 for 2 on free throws. Yikes. You gotta hit those. Those are the plays that'll turn a game around. They'll get momentum on your side. If Raytown needs all the help they can get, momentum would be great.
Around 4 minutes left in the third quarter. St. Joe Central, number 24, Bree Dudley, pushing the ball up the court.
And at this point, St. Joe Central, they're up 32-15. They're taking their time, dribbling down the court. They're not exactly in a hurry to score.
Just looking to kill the clock and trying to push off a possible comeback by Raytown. Just trying to run up the clock. Then there's a foul by number 5, Natalie Keller in St. Joe Central. Raytown will inbound. Number 4, Victoria Jones, looks to start this Blue Jay offense into scoring some points. They are down 17. They need to mount a comeback badly.
The comeback would need to start just about now. Let's see if they can do it.
Not a good start, deflected by number 1, Tegan Broden. Raytown ball, though.
Raytown maintains the ball, but that's one of their flaws tonight. Their passing just hasn't really been on point. It's been kind of all over the place, and it's put them in a lot of trouble multiple times. Oh, and it's stolen
by number 10, Ella Moody. Passed out to the perimeter, number 22. Number 11 is getting double teamed. Passed out to the corner to number 10, Ella Moody. She drives into the lane. And a quick bucket by Raytown cuts the lead down to 15. St. Joe Central, number 22, Bree Dudley, drives into the lane and passes it off. Number 11, Lauren Wells, drives to the lane, misses a quick jutter. Number 1, Tegan Broden, puts it back up for 2 points.
Raytown taking their time, and I know I mentioned for them to slow it down earlier, but I think you're really reaching that point with 2 minutes left in the third. You need points. You can't win a game with free throws.
Foul by number 10, Ella Moody, and that is actually her 3rd foul. Another St. Joe Central, another key player already in foul trouble in the third quarter.
St. Joe Central has a lot of players in foul trouble tonight. That's
really
something
need to keep the
an eye
fouls
on.
to a minimum.
And missed.
Number 24, Amani Henry missed that first free throw. She's going in for her second.
And those are the plays that like I said, I'm repeating myself, but it keeps coming up. You need to make those plays. Raytown is back at the free throw line. Once again, chance to add points.
Some more free throws for Raytown. First free throw is missed.
Number 24 has just been missing these free throws, and I hate to pick on her, but you can't put your team in that position. She's missed 4 free throws now. She shoots again, and she hits that one. That puts her on at 1 for 5 on the night. Not great, but any points help this team.
She cuts the lead to 16 points. St. Joe Central pushing down the court, looking to extend this lead. And Raytown ball, looks like that was out of bounds to St. Joe Central.
And Raytown will inbound it here. Pass to Victoria Jones. Jones right back to Micah Landry, and it's stolen. Out of bounds. I believe that was on St. Joe Central.
Bree Dudley passes out to number 11, and she crosses up the defender. She drives to the lane, a missed shot, but she is fouled on the way up, so that is 2 free throws.
Jones, her 13th, second. At the line for Central, number 22, Brianna Dudley.
And the free throw is good, I believe. And every one of these points digs Raytown into a further hole that they need to dig themselves out of at some point. And that free throw is not good. Rebounded by number 44, Kalani Hoskin. She hasn't had a bad game necessarily, but she hasn't done enough to turn this game around for Raytown either. It's been tough all around for Raytown. Over to
Raytown passes out to the perimeter, who drives to the lane.
And the layup is good.
Michael Landry for the layup.
Micah Landry trying to help Raytown overcome this deficit. And St. Joe Central goes on the offensive really quick there.
And Raytown gets the rebound, pushing up the court for a fast break.
Raytown needs points.
And is fouled, almost goes in.
Almost had an and one there. If Raytown can storm back here, that would be incredible. There is still a quarter left. Can't rule anyone out.
45 seconds left to the third quarter.
They are down 15, but points from the line would help.
The first free throw is missed.
That's another missed free throw. If they had hit every free throw this night, their lead might be single digit. You think we're going to see an epic comeback here, Caleb?
If Raytown keeps making these free throws and maybe get something going on the offensive side, I certainly wouldn't count out a comeback, but I really don't see a comeback happening. St. Joe Central, I think they're going to take this game. I think they're going to command this game throughout the game and keep the lead to double digits.
I agree with you. I think St. Joe Central is probably going to control this clock and do what they need to stay in the lead.
A jump ball by St. Joe Central. And they're actually keeping the ball there. Number 1, Tegan Broden. Raytown actually hit the ball, and she basically just took the ball out of Raytown's hands. And they have possession with 24 seconds left of the third quarter.
And that's another big play there by Bree Dudley, who's been having herself a really good game.
Speaking of a jump ball, we just had another one. Now this is Raytown's jump ball. They just took the ball away from St. Joe Central. Maybe to get one last bucket with 19 seconds left in this quarter. And they throw an ill-advised pass, and it is stolen by number 11,
right back
Lauren
into the hands
Wells.
of St. Joe Central.
15 seconds left on the clock, thrown out to the perimeter. They're trying to get one last shot off to extend this 14-point lead. And it's passed in the paint.
And out.
But it goes off number 5, Natalie Killer's hands, out of bound to Raytown's ball.
And I
Maybe
tell
look for a quick bucket with 6 seconds left in the quarter. Raytown maybe looks for a quick 3 to get this lead to 11 points. And she actually gets the ball stolen again with 1 second left.
Oh, and they don't get a shot off.
No shot is off. There's a bit of a scrum mid-court there. And now we're going to go into a quick interview with Raytown's coach, Jan Handley. Back in the fourth quarter, the St. Joe Central Indians have 31 leading.
We were having technical difficulties there on that coach interview. That's on our end. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
St. Joe
Raytown's
Central is leading 35-21 coming into the fourth quarter.
Raytown's coach there trying to motivate her team, trying to inspire some kind of comeback. They just need to play good, clean basketball here. No fouls, make your free throws.
We're going to have a quick interview with St. Joe Central coach Jared Boone.
We're going to go and take another shot at the Raytown interview with their head coach.
Technical difficulties once again on our end. We're sorry for that.
We're trying to get that interview to you guys. Things just aren't quite working out. As St. Joe Central has the ball, looking to control this game. 8 minutes left, and they just want to hold on to this lead.
Number 23, Gracie Moody, looking for something to get going here in the fourth quarter for the Indians, trying to keep this
Gracie
14-point
Moody
lead.
with the pass to Ella Moody, that sister-to-sister chemistry.
Oh, and she is blocked from behind. Actually, she is fouled by Raytown, which will send her to the line, I believe, for 2 free throws.
And that's just what Raytown can't afford to do. When you're down as much as they are right now, and you're still committing fouls that give the other team the opportunity to put up points, you can't do that. You need to play good, clean basketball, and you need to give yourself a chance to win. They haven't given themselves a chance to win. St. Joe Central from the line here again.
And it is a missed free throw, rebounded by Raytown, looking to press the court, and is stolen by number 12, Emma Verdraska. Number 10 passes to the corner to number 12, Emma Verdraska. Is dribbling around, gets a pick from number 23, Gracie Moody. Number 24, Lauren Iman, makes the layup to extend the lead to 17.
St. Joe Central extending that lead.
Number 10, Ella Moody, is leading the Indians with 7 points.
St. Joe Central with the ball here, looking to capitalize, and there's a foul on the play. I'll tell you what, every time something exciting starts happening, it feels like there's a foul on somebody. I think it's Raytown's ball here.
So far, the lead,
I think right now you're looking at Bree Dudley as player of the game for St. Joe Central. She's played good defense, good offense, and been all around a team leader. What do you think, Caleb?
I agree with you. She's really been putting up the points and really becoming a team player.
She's been a huge part of this team tonight. I wouldn't be surprised to see her take home that Player of the Game award. St. Joe Central back on offense, really looking to extend this lead even more. They don't, but Raytown gets the ball, passes to Victoria Jones, taking it down the court. They need to score quick here if they want to mount a comeback, and they don't get it.
Foul call on Central's number 12, Emma Baraska. Her first, team 7. Savita Driver for Raytown at the line, shooting 2.
And Raytown is back at the line, and I tell you, that's been one of their biggest issues tonight, has been shooting from the free throw line. They've been inconsistent all night, and they make it there, which is, it's great for them to make it, but you've just been missing those all night, and that's something you can't afford to do when you're trying to play winning basketball. Number 4 misses the shot there. Sydney Sample with the shot. Victoria Jones with the ball. She's been their go-to girl ever since Stevie Yancey went out. She's been kind of their go-to girl on offense, but hey, she hasn't really capitalized, put up points.
Number 24, Amani Henry, her first, team 4.
I believe this will be St. Joe Central inbounding it. And St. Joe Central leads 40-24 right now. St. Joe Central with the ball, back 3. Oh, and it bounces off the rim.
Foul call on Central's number 23, Grace Moody, her first, team 8. Sending Raytown's number 4, Victoria
And Raytown is back at the free throw line.
Number 4, Victoria Jones, is looking to shoot some more free throws. Raytown is down by 16.
Down by
with 5 minutes
16, 5 minutes, 15 seconds left. You can't rule out a comeback, but it's also not likely. They need to capitalize on any free points that they're given. They need to play clean basketball.
Foul call on Raytown's number 4, Victoria Jones. Her fourth, team 5. Checking in for Raytown.
If they want to complete a comeback here, they have 5 minutes. The game definitely isn't over yet. But down 16, you need to shoot from 3. You need to make it. And by the way, good news here, Stevie Yancey is back in the game, so the knee injury that she suffered was not too bad. It's great to see a player like that back in the game. You never want to see them out for long. Dribbling to number 12, Emma Vajaskin misses the shot. Ball is back in Yancey's hands, trying to make something happen. Ball on the ground, out of bounds. Right now, St. Joe Central will inbound it to the center, free layup. Lauren Iman with 2 points there to extend the St. Joe Central lead even more. That puts them up 18 here. And Raytown with the ball, misses the shot. Looks like they get the rebound.
Foul call on St. Joe Central, number 10, Ella Moody, her fourth, team 9.
Raytown from the free throw line again here. They've been here a lot over the past couple minutes. And number 24, I believe she's 1 for 6 on free throws. I mean, you can't afford to miss that many free throws. You got to figure that's 5 points. Give Raytown another 5 points, and suddenly this lead doesn't look so insurmountable.
Number 4, Amani Henry at the line.
Right now, Raytown back at the free throw line. Amani Henry again. Been pretty bad from the free throw line tonight. See if she can make some points for Raytown here, and she can't. I mean, and that's a crusher. You just can't afford to miss that many shots. And once again, I hate to pick on her, but it's costing your team at this point. And she goes to shoot again for her second free throw, and it bounces off the backboard. And that'll be St. Joe Central's ball. 3 minutes, 44 seconds left here. Raytown is down 18. They're playing aggressive defense. They're not just going to let St. Joe Central walk down the court and run out that clock. And they need to play aggressive here if they have any chance of turning this around. You can't play slow anymore. You could have played slow earlier and tried to make something happen, but at this point in the game, you're under 4 minutes, you're down 18, you need points. You need to shoot from 3 and you need to make it. And Raytown's, their faults have all been on offense. They've played pretty incredible defense. I know 42 points doesn't show it, but the amount of blocks, the amount of steals that they've had has been fantastic. They just haven't been able to capitalize on those points off of turnovers.
And it looks like St. Joe Central's putting their backups into the game for these last 3 minutes of the game.
St. Joe Central just looking to close it out with a lead, run out the clock. They think they've won it at this point, and I'm inclined to agree. Never say it's over until it's over, though, right, Caleb?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's 3 minutes left. It's still time for a comeback, but I really don't think a comeback's going to happen.
I don't think a comeback would be out of line if they had just been able to make their free throws. I've lost count of how many free throws they've missed tonight. That's how many they've missed. That one's good. That's a nice add-on at this point in the game. Okay, man. We might have a comeback on our hands here. Oh, she hits the ground hard. We have an injury on the court. You never want to see that. If St. Joe Central wins in this game, then they will go on to play one of 2 opponents, either Kearney or Shawnee Mission South. And that Kearney and Shawnee Mission South game will be pretty good, as Kearney was a powerhouse last year, and Shawnee Mission South will look to establish themselves as a dominant team this year by beating them in the tournament. That'll be interesting to see how that game goes, because it's a powerhouse taking on an unproven program with a new head coach. That'll be a good game to watch, see how it turns out. I think this game, it's not over till it's over, but it's just about over with St. Joe Central up 18 with 3 minutes left to play.
Full timeout.
There's a timeout for the coach there. Just trying to talk to his team, make sure that nothing happens to this lead. He's probably just telling them to protect that lead. Play nice, slow basketball. Don't rush anything.
And it looks like St. Joe Central has sent their bench players in. So really trying to get these role players some more time. Because as you go deeper into this tournament and your starting lineup has some injuries, you really don't know how valuable your role players are. So getting some time in a blowout is really important.
And this is also great. And St. Joe Central, putting their backups in gives them a really nice opportunity to see how their backups play. Because if you have a star sitting in your bench 5 and you don't know it, it can hurt you. They're getting a good look at everyone on the team right now. And if someone comes out there and makes plays for them that wasn't,
I really agree with you.
Yeah, if someone comes out here and starts making plays for them who wasn't in the starting lineup, they might make a spot for themselves. You never know. It's a great opportunity for the coaches to see things and for the girls to make a name for themselves.
That's a great point, Ian, because on St. Joe Central, number 22, Bree Dudley, was not a starter in this game, but she has really shined in this game and has made a name for herself.
And I think in that timeout there, Raytown's coach had to just be telling the team, put points on the board. I mean, there's nothing you can stress more than that in a game of basketball where you're down 13, 16-ish. Math.
They're down by 17
And
with 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. St. Joe Central gets a steal.
Raytown's not giving up despite the score, but they've suffered from the same issues all throughout the game. Bad shooting and bad passes. That was another messy pass that St. Joe Central just took it away. St. Joe Central has capitalized on opportunities tonight. Raytown has struggled to.
I really admire Raytown's effort, even though they're down by double digits. They're not going away with only 2 minutes left in the game. They're keeping their heads up, keep on fighting.
And that's one of the things their coach was probably stressing in that huddle. Coach was preaching not to give up, I'll bet, because you never want to see your players give up. You never want to see them lose their fight. And I think despite the score, Raytown is still playing with heart. They haven't ruled themselves out of it yet, which is always admirable.
Number 23, Stevie Yancey, back in the game from that injury. She drives to the paint, and it's deflected by number 22, Bree Dudley. It's going to be inbounded by the Blue Jays.
Bree Dudley's had herself a pretty good game tonight.
Passed in to number 2, Jemiah Brown. Pass back to the wing, back to her, a pick is set. She passes out to the perimeter, looks to shoot a 3, but is denied. Number 22, Micah Landry, looks to drive. Passes it back out to number 4, Victoria Jones, who drives, and is fouled by number 30, Avery Barber. Her first foul of the game. And as we come with under a minute and a half left of this game, we look ahead to our matchups tonight. We have Kearney and Shawnee Mission South on next at 5:30. We have the Lincoln Prep Tigers and Park Hill Trojans on at 7. The Liberty North Eagles and the St. Pius X Warriors at 8:30. Which matchup are you looking most forward to, Ian?
I tell you, I'm really looking forward to that Kearney-Shawnee Mission South game. I think that's just such an interesting contrast between the two teams.
I agree.
I tell you what, if there's one thing this Raytown coach needs to stress, Raytown won't play again until Raytown's defense has been great. But if there's one thing that coach needs to stress before Thursday, it's getting their shooting down, especially from the free throw line. You need to make those shots. And your next game is on Thursday, so you spend some time tomorrow working on that. Their next game is on Wednesday, my bad. You have Tuesday to work on that.
5,
You just got to work on your shooting there.
Missed is fouled by number 11, Lauren Wells.
St. Joe Central up 47-26 over Raytown.
And that foul is actually on number 30, Avery Barber, not Lauren Wells.
And Raytown is back at the free throw line. You know, add some points to this, make it look a little less ugly at the post-game score, you know.
And a second free throw is missed.
That free throw is missed. That's really been the story of the night so far.
Gracie Moody, my bad, Bree Dudley is pushing the court with under 45 seconds left.
Bree
Looking to
Dudley
run out the clock.
dribbling, taking her time, but you got to applaud Raytown playing aggressive defense. They're not going to let them
not quit.
They're not going to let them run out this clock here. They're going to make them work for it. You got to admire that.
I agree with you. They're really playing with some hustle and heart. Even though their shots might have not gone their way and they might have not have executed as they like, their effort is really great out there today.
Their effort's been phenomenal.
St. Joe Central looks like it's just trying to run out the clock. Pass number 1.
And
Bowden.
it's another bucket for St. Joe Central, extending their lead to 22.
Number 23 drives to the lane and looks like it's tipped by number 5, Natalie Keller.
And it looks like St. Joe Central gets the ball back there. Raytown with sloppy ball on offense.
Number 11, Lauren Wells of the Indians, is fouled by the Blue Jays, and she looks like she's going to head to the line for 2.
Central, number 11. Lauren Wells at the line.
Lauren Wells at the line for St. Joe Central, looking to extend this lead, maybe put up 50. That would be an exciting thing for a team in their first game of the tournament to drop 50, wouldn't it, Caleb?
It would be exciting. 50 points is a great way to start off the tournament with an exciting game.
And it doesn't happen there, but with 20 seconds left, there's still a chance for it. I think if you're a St. Joe Central player, that's got to be something to strive towards. It's cool to say you put up 50.
And St. Joe Central steals the ball, and it looks like number 11 just going to run out the clock.
Yeah, it looks
3
like
seconds left.
Their goal, despite my announcing, is not to put up 50. It is to win this game, and that they do.
St. Joe Central puts this game away, 49
to 27.
49, Raytown. Blue Jays, 27.
They won by 22. Raytown put up great effort. Let's send it to the post game.
Actually, let's throw it to a break real quick.
Right there, stop. Just right there. Don't. Why do you not have a studio shot?
Because that's a loose camera. Keeps sliding. Do we start from the top?
Hello and welcome back. As you just saw, we just saw the St. Joe Central Indians take down the Raytown Blue Jays 49-27. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from that game.
Definitely, we had some key players. One being not Caroline Kelly, excuse me. One being
Lauren Iman.
Lauren Iman, absolutely taking control of this game.
Race you see her on camera right there. Looks like hydrating that post game. You know, she performed really well tonight. You know, we see her make the layup right there.
Absolutely, taking some more shots, up with the rebound, strong boards. I think that was one of the biggest things that St. Joe Central had, the ability to get good rebounds and then keep it going. So it looks like that was the end of our recaps, or our recaps. Now talking about just Raytown. Raytown had some absolutely incredible defense, but they didn't turn over like with their opportunities. Once they got the ball, they really just couldn't make something of it.
Yeah, you know, that St. Joe Central, they were forcing a lot of turnovers tonight, and that was Raytown's main issue. You know, they were giving up the ball, and St. Joe Central was capitalizing on their mistakes. We didn't really see Raytown ever be able to capitalize on the St. Joe mistakes. And man, St. Joe just came out and played a great game. You know, we saw them get off to that 8-0 start, and I feel like they really set the tempo for the game, and maybe even the tournament. They performed very well. And let's just talk about the player, Lauren Iman. She did so good. Like she performed very well. She seemed like she was making shots on that, playing great defense. You know, she's a little bit taller, so you know that's obviously to her advantage. She was really one of the leaders on the St. Joe Central team.
Definitely having 6 points and just being a good leader, getting boards, and then keeping the momentum going, I think it was a great opportunity. Now let's hear a word from our sponsors.
Hawthorn Bank believes in its customers and their dreams for the future.
About 5 years ago, when we had a smaller space and it was time to move, I had a vision for what I wanted, and Hawthorn was the one that could see the vision. Honestly, I don't think it could have happened without Hawthorn Bank.
I'm Kent Peterson, Market President for Hawthorn Bank. We are proud to support Liberty Public Schools and the Liberty community. Hawthorn Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Creating innovative sports content to entertain and thrill our community. Professional broadcast environment for tomorrow's television professionals. And professional service for our district partners and its stakeholders. Niles Media Group. Excellence today. Innovation tomorrow. Exceptional service always.
Thank you. You know, that was the end of game 1. We'll be back really shortly for the pregame and the start of game 2. We'll see you in a minute.